And now it's time to sip the coffee and spill the tea on Talking with 3D Live. Here's your host, Derrick Durell Dixon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of Talking with 3D Live. I'm your host, Derrick Durell Dixon, and this is where we always sip the coffee and spill the tea. Yes, and we always, before we get started, do me a big favor. Don't do nothing except hit the subscribe button, click it, love it, share it. Make sure that everybody in your family, your friends, everybody knows about Talking with 3D Live. Don't do anything different, but hit that subscribe button. But today, I have a new friend here. Someone that I'm excited that I invited to come and sit down in the studio and chat with today. I've got Durell Paige here. How you doing, sir? Thank you for stopping by Talking with 3D Live.
Anytime.
It's a pleasure having you here. And, you know, I'm going to get to know you. I want my audience to get to know you.
Definitely.
And everything that you are doing. And I just want to tell people a little bit about you.
Okay.
Durell Paige.
Yes.
And I love Durell Paige because my middle name is Durell.
I see.
So
Mine one R, so yeah.
Mine is two R's.
Yeah,
so I got the two R's. So I got the DDD.
Right.
So yeah. So when I heard the name, I was like, I ain't met a lot of Durells out there. So I admired the name. But Durell Paige is a visionary, an entrepreneur. He's based right here, Baltimore, with strong focus on global businesses. You know, and a lot of people don't, you know, when you hear that, we hear businesses, but global business, that means nationwide, worldwide, international, you know, and just to hear that that's what your focus is, that means that you want more.
Yes, 100%.
You want more, and I love that. I love that about you. And so you have the global business development. Since 2016, you have successfully collaborated with entrepreneurs across the world. You also you have an owner of your own clothing store, and it's called Ayo
Boutique.
Ayo Boutique.
Yes.
And we're going to get into that and talk about that. It's a mix of international and local brands, created a one-of-a-kind shopping experience for people. So again, thank you for stopping by.
No, thank
Talking
you.
with 3D. Tell people a little bit more about Durell Paige. I'm sorry, Durell Paige, because I don't know how I can mess that up.
Yeah, that's different.
Right. Because I don't hear Durell a lot of times, even only when I'm saying that about myself.
Right,
But
right.
Durell Paige, and you know who you are and what you are doing.
Oh, it's a lot to unpack, but I said I'm changing my name to Ayo. My name is Durell Paige. I'm from South Baltimore.
And a lot of people know you as Hello
Rello. It's a bunch of transitions that have been coming. The Hello Rello actually came because I'm also a hip hop artist.
Okay.
I kind of took a break for about 5 years, and I took that break because as I was doing music, being in the industry, I was signed to a label. I kind of got scared out of being with a label, which turned me to being an entrepreneur. I was in a position where the label pushed me out of being able to record, collab with artists, and I had to find ways to make money, which I was just introduced to, like, I have my own ideas. I have, besides music, what else can I do? If I'm on a shelf for like 3-4 years, what else can I do? And that's how it came into, I have my own recording studio. The recording studio business was dope, but I started seeing small things that my partners wasn't doing that I was paying attention to. And it wasn't just about just recording studio anymore. It was like, I see details. I see numbers. And I started saying like, oh man, if we get like 30 people to come in here and they pay us $40 an hour, 2 hours, 80. And I said, I'm an entrepreneur.
So you were seeing more of the business side.
And it came out of nowhere. It really came out of nowhere. That's why I had the ability to take a back seat on music. And I make music every day. Right now I write for artists, but if somebody asks me today, I'm an entrepreneur, 100%.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, because, and let's just stick with music just for a little bit, knowing your music background, and music today has changed.
Yes.
Would you say?
100%.
100% changed.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of times, even, not trying to date me or anything like that, but I'll listen to music today, and a lot of times I'm like, what are they saying? What does it mean? how does it make me feel? And a lot of times, I'm going to be straight up honest, and I'm not naming no artist, but there's a lot of times I just want to turn it off.
100%. Yeah, I mean, I feel you.
I want to turn it off because of the fact that it doesn't move me in a way where music moved me. You know, I heard Stephanie Mills talk on one time, and she was asked the question about R&B music nowadays. And I know you're in the rapping scene, but ask about R&B music. Today's episode of Talking with 3D Live is brought to you by iRose Films. iRose Films photo booth will capture every special event, from birthday parties, weddings, baby showers. They also specialize in 360 booths, also videography. So please make sure that anytime that you have a special event, contact iRose Films, irosefilms.com. Why is R&B music changed? And she said it's because they now gave it to Justin Timberlake. Mm-hmm. They now gave it to, these singers and not giving it to this black and brown people. Mm-hmm. So they've changed the dynamics of it. Do you feel like the dynamics of music has changed?
Yeah, music has changed because even with the R&B side, excuse me, R&B is also being introduced to a lot of rappers, mm-hmm. which society is confusing R&B and, vocalizing yourself, because like raw wave, you know what I mean? Okay. Like I said, I didn't really want to mention, but I love raw wave music, you know what I mean? But a lot of singers are trying to be rappers that sing because that's what's in. And being somebody that does music, I understand that times got to change, but you want that music still, that R&B music. Because like you said, there's no real feeling in music anymore. There's no a song that makes a man want to apologize to his woman, or a song that make a woman uplift a man and be like, it's all just trying to get popular enough to make somebody listen to a certain part in your song, and then to make the rest of it go viral. Because most of the music is not really good. It's just small little parts of a song that they make go viral.
I call it 7-Eleven music. 7 lines, they say it 11 times.
And that's how we hear it then.
7 words said 11 times.
Yep.
And by that time, I'm like,
that's fire.
I can't.
You might gotta use that somewhere. You gotta use that.
Yeah. And I'm just like going, where's the meaning? Where's the lyrics? Where's, like you said, make me want to apologize. Yeah. Make me want to cry. Make me want to feel happy. Make me want to feel bad. We don't get that.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is, and I know it might be hard, like what is like one of the last songs you heard that would probably give you that feeling?
I'm going to say probably a Luther Vandross song. Mm-hmm. A Luther Vandross song.
Is Dance with My Father, is that Luther?
Dance with My Father was a genius song where it made you think about your father, regardless if he was in your life or not. Mm-hmm. It made you think about you as a father. What could I do more for my kids, as a father? And it just made you think of also having a relationship with people. Mm-hmm. So it made you think.
That's why I asked you, because that song, my dad just passed away probably like 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
And I never really, because I'm so busy, I haven't had a time to really unpack it.
To grieve it.
You know what I mean? Like at the funeral, of course, because you in the midst of it. But I know personally, if I hear that song, it's not even about like a regular song that's just like a sad song. We're talking about a direct song written for a purpose.
Yeah.
Like that's your dad. Dance with your dad again.
Yeah.
When I heard that song, I was like in a moment of like unpacking, like, oh snap, like my dad really passed away. He's gone. But music don't give you that no more.
It doesn't give you that. It's it gives you so you can do this and this.
That's the first dance you chose. That's what they're doing. That's crazy.
And that's crazy. We were talking behind the scenes. A lot of it is TikTok. It's to bring up your whatever on TikTok.
Yep.
And that's how you grow your audience.
Yep.
Ain't taken away from TikTok. I have a lot of following on TikTok. I get a lot of views on TikTok, but that's where a lot of people are being discovered. Which I ain't knocking it. It's a good thing.
I'm trying.
Right. We trying to make it somewhere somehow. Mm-hmm. So Durell, you are an entrepreneur. And like you said that being behind the scenes made you think of numbers. We got to do this first. We got to do this first in order to make it good.
Yeah.
So going into entrepreneurship, because being an entrepreneur, it's a tough road. So what has that journey been like for you?
I appreciate, because I talk this so much, like I can do this forever. The term entrepreneur is used a lot, and a lot of people don't understand, like when I first got into being in business, which I'm saying for a reason, I shouldn't have considered myself an entrepreneur, because just opening a business don't make you an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a mindset. It's that's why I said with numbers, I was thinking and I was like, all right, if I continue to do this for some years, people will notice. What I started learning was you have to read. You got to be disciplined in an area so another weak area can get strong. And then I just started noticing, like, I got to read, I got to learn, I got to teach, I got to learn, I got to teach, I got to learn, I got to surround myself with certain people. And then I started noticing that a lot of people that I was hanging with, I started seeing I had to dumb down what I was saying to them, or I had to dim my light for them so they don't feel like I was trying to be up here. And I wasn't trying to be up there. It was just that I'm getting a load of information and I'm like, oh man, like my life went from music to I'm about to go 10 years doing this. And once I understood that, they started falling off. Even today, a lot of people I talk to, I had a conversation with this one guy I used to talk to. We used to be really good friends. And now when I talk to him, because back then we talked and I was like, yeah, I'm trying to go to the club. I'm trying to do this. And I'm like, yeah. But now when I talk to him, it's like, yo, I ain't going to no club. I got to take that $300 I can spend on a bottle and I'm going to put this to a camera lens or something.
Yeah.
And the response is always like, yo changed. And I'm like, okay, I did, brother. Yeah. I have a daughter. I have so many ideas that I can't sleep at all. Like I don't even know what sleep is. Since 2016, being an entrepreneur has taught me that sleep is not going to happen until.
Yeah.
And when it comes, I'm going to add something else on my plate.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, because you said that, people say that you changed. Did you change or did you just get wiser?
I can kind of say both, because change is not bad.
It's not bad.
I definitely got wiser.
Yeah.
Word to my grace, I got wiser. But changing helped me get wise, And I told them, like, I did change. Like, bro, I used to spend money on shoes, crazy. No money in my bank account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
just to
everybody
look good.
else have them.
Yeah, just to look good. Like I was really like, this is a real thing. I was really like, I remember one point in time where me and my one homeboy, we would travel in and out of town just to get the shoes that nobody got, but it's just to say you got them. And I was like, one day I woke up like, I did change, bro. Like, I will never do that again.
Right.
I'd rather get them now and then flip them and put to something else. But yeah, I definitely got wiser.
What do you tell our young youth today? Because one thing that you also said is that you are teaching, but you're also learning. And our youth today, it's hard for us to teach them because they think they already know it.
Yeah.
How do we get into their heads? Because a lot, we want to tell, you guys don't, I had this conversation with my son, my middle son, that if you just take the time to listen, because I'm trying to teach you something. It might be just trying to teach you to turn the stove on, teaching you, I'm asking you a question about, we're driving down the street and about the lights changing and things like that. I'm giving you teachable moments. But a lot of our youth do not want to take the time to learn. What do you say to them?
The patience part is the real reason why I really like being an entrepreneur, because I've seen what patience does. And just to be able to sit down with somebody my age, number one, I try to keep myself looking young as possible because they look older than me. I feel like the younger I look, the more they'll kind of be like receptive to the things I say. Excuse me. And I just feel like if I can show them what patience does, that's why I document so much.
Okay.
I document like me working at Burger King, like literally a couple years ago, I was working 4 jobs, but I really did it for social media.
Okay.
I had an extra 2 days. I said, man, I'm about to get a job and I'm just gonna show people.
Okay.
I'm waking up 5 in the morning.
Okay. I like that though.
Right? I really did it literally. It's on, but I have the documentation because I said to myself, I want to, since social media is perception, let me create something for you to watch, which was, I'm going to show you what patience does. I get up at 5 in the morning. Instead of me going to the gym from 5 to 6, how about I go to Burger King, which is a job that I chose on purpose, strategically. A lot of people don't want to work at them jobs down there. I got businesses now.
Right.
Why are you working at Burger King? Everybody used to ask me, like, why are you working at Burger King? I'm driving my car is beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? They like, why are you working here? I'm like, I like the job, bro. And I say it's extra money. I would always talk to the young kids at Burger King and they would always keep asking me. And after a while, now they want to talk to me because I felt like it was jealousy at first and envy because they looking at my Camaro like, man, you shouldn't even be working here. But I get up early. I'm always the first there. I'm always like, so I used to do this thing in Burger King, like, hey, yo, welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order? And my boss was like, don't do that. I would do it every day anyway.
Right.
Until somebody came to the window and the kids was watching, right? I was like, so they came to the window and was like, hi, is the guy Ayo there? And I was tripping.
Right.
I was like, oh, she was like, I was like, yeah, this is me. How you doing? She said, oh my God, it's Tuesday. I knew you would be here, but you make my morning.
Right.
And everybody was like, oh, she came to the window, gave me $100. Tip. Wow.
Just
right?
for saying Ayo.
Just for making her day. But I'm being me.
Yeah.
So not only am I preaching patience, but it's like I'm preaching be yourself. Because I wasn't doing nothing to like jeopardize my job. That's who I am. Like once I found out who I am and also telling kids to be yourself, 100%.
Yeah.
Like if you are patient and you are okay with being who you are, you ain't got to worry about anxiety, depression, not feeling like you fit in. Because when you don't, most of the people that don't fit in are the ones that everybody want to be.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice that like until I started jumping out and being on my own in business. Because entrepreneurship is lonely, but if you lonely long enough, you can see so many things about yourself that you like and don't like. And that's how I became who I am today.
I think also what our youth, you know, like you say, being who you are. I think a lot of times we don't allow our youth to be who they are.
Yeah.
Because first off, we're so afraid of you know, cancel culture and we got to say the right pronouns and so all of that is into play now. So parents, you know, they rather just shut it down. They don't want to deal with it now. Where kids now express exactly, they say who they are. This is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. This is who I'm going to love. And we try to ignore it. But we're in such a different society. You know, so we do have to allow our kids because we did it. We just did it in a different way, you know? So I think it's important that we do. I love the fact that how you are attracting young people in general, you know, that's important because we miss that style of just being creative. Just being
my parents, even today, like they didn't understand that's why now that I have a daughter, I'm so excited. First, I didn't want no kids. But as soon as I have my daughter, I see how she is. And I know it's gonna be hard, but it's so dope to like, I'm gonna say, whatever you wanna do, baby, I just wanna be mad supportive. Like mad supportive, because I didn't get that.
Right.
I wanna be mad supportive, but also still show you, you know what I mean? My daughter's 4 years old. When people walk inside of my store, she be like, Ayo. And I would just be like, all right, okay. All right, so she's getting that part. But just meeting the kids where they are and letting their imagination roam as much as possible, but still just being there, because again, our parents wasn't always there. My parents worked 3 jobs forever. Still today, my mother worked 3 jobs.
Wow.
So they wasn't able to be around to see who we was and understand why we are acting like that. You know what I mean? But like you said, just meet them where they at and show them.
You know, I call my house the new normal because I'm a single father. I have 3 boys that I all adopted. My oldest son.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, adopted all 3 of my boys. My youngest adopted him when he was a year old. He's now 11. My middle was 5 years old. He's now 16, going on 16. And my oldest, I adopted him when he was 5. He's now 24. And he's on the autism spectrum. My middle son, he has, a different type of challenges. And then my youngest he's just a latchkey. But they all have different needs.
Right.
I have to have that patience in order to meet all of their needs. It's a lot of work. I'm not going to say it's not. It's a lot of work, but I have to meet them where they're at.
Yep.
Especially with my autistic son, I always try to make him, this is what I do and this is how I do it. And I found out life was so much easier when I learned how to live in his world.
Yep.
And when I learned how to live in his world, it became, there's always different challenges and there's always something new to learn. But now I understood it. I understood the world of autism because I learned to live in his world.
And to piggyback off of that, I've worked with autistic adults and children since I was 16, 37. The reason why I'm such a great entrepreneur and a great dad and a great person is because I learned patience through working with anyone that had autism. And I've been around maybe 50, 60 individuals.
Yeah.
And if I ever quit, if I ever leave, they'll have a problem. I'm talking about like my client now, Bill. I helped him in a way that nobody else could help him. So, of course, they all have autism, but he's fully functional. He's in a wheelchair. He couldn't make any money because he's bound to his bed. No, he been in the program for years. Nobody helped him. He trying to work somewhere. Nobody helped him. I said, I got a clothing store, Bill. You want to start a clothing brand? He was like, how? It took 2 years. I talked to him every day. The same thing I do.
Yeah.
Like I said, I met him where he was, but the same thing I do. Motivational videos every morning. When he get up, I work overnight. When he get up, he got his iPad. I go snatch it. I don't treat him like he's my client. I be like, give me that. Put it on. He used to get mad at first. And then after a while, if you watch his page, because he about to make his page now, or he posts on my page, people buying his hoodies.
Wow.
He's making money. And his clothing line is called Disabled Not Dead, which is something that he came up with off of literally watching a motivational video. Yeah, man, look, when I tell you, I was like, man, he came up with it. But like you say, it's just meeting them where they are and just having patience.
And having patience. So let's transition into that. You have your clothing store, Ayo. And, you're reaching people internationally, you're meeting people locally and everything. Tell me about your style, because I've seen, some pictures and everything of you and your style, which I love. That's my style. I'm that bright color person that when you see me walk in the room, you're going to know, oh, that's him.
Right.
So tell me about Ayo.
So basically what you said is literally perfect. Ayo Boutique, when I first started Ayo Boutique, I was down Old Town Mall and I'm looking like I had an extra building downstairs and I was like, I want to open up a clothing store, but I don't want it to be a clothing store only because I kept saying like, ain't nobody coming here. Number one, ain't nobody coming down Old Town Mall. And I said, what can I do? Which I tell y'all is a very important thing that I learned. Instead of saying I can't, like the what can I, it just opens up your mind so much. I said, what can I do to make people see me?
Yeah.
And somebody came down the street and was just like, screamed Ayo to somebody down there. As I came up with my whole name too. They just screamed. I was like, Ayo Boutique, that's the name. But I said, I want so many different people energy in this store. So you got a flavor, everybody got this flavor. I wanted to be bright, I wanted to be loud, I wanted to be like the Foreman Mills. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you walk in Foreman Mills, it's just like, it's chaos.
Right.
But it's kind of organized. You know what I mean? And my style is basically, I wanted to be, when you walk in, you want to buy this stuff because we have looked and searched for quality. The same people that make the Nike sweatsuits, the same people that make stuff for like Hellstar and those big people, I work with all of them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And my style is just bright, bright and loud.
Right. So you Ayo, and you came up with like, that's my name. So how did you How did you know that Ayo was going to be like this big brand and people wanted to, even by you start, like you said, at Burger King, Ayo, how did you know that that was going to take off and you was like, okay, this is what I'm sticking with? Because you went from Hello Rello.
Yes.
And you said, okay, I'm about to change my journey. I'm about to change my path. Was that easy for you, the transition? Because people, want to know you as Hello Rello. Now they're like, you're like, nah, this is where I'm going now.
The crazy thing is, like, when I tell you, when I knew, it was just because it was so many things that were just happening that was just crazy, and I just kept going. Like, I was partnered with a business. We had a recording studio in South Baltimore. The craziest thing happened right before I was doing a tour for the mayor. The fallout I had with those people, like, it was a bad time. I wasn't living anywhere. Like, I was living in a building. But I was locked out of there. I had to go and perform at this block party for the mayor. I had nowhere to go. I had my car, but I found some kind of peace after that situation happened. And I said, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna get my own building.
Right.
When I said that, it was crazy because I was zapping out for like 10 minutes in the middle of the street, right? I was mad because everything was going on. But I calmed down it was like a moment where it was like, and I said, I'm gonna get my own building. And literally when I went and looked on Craigslist and saw this building that I could afford, I went and, did what I had to do to get that. Once I showed myself that I can do something on my own, the idea hit me and I said, I'm gonna do it. It was like, it was so quick. Like, God gave it to me chill out. He was like, chill out. Cause I was really going off in the street. Like, I'm mad.
I got you. Yeah.
Right. And it was like, he said, chill out, go perform. I went to go perform for the mayor. I did the block party. And literally after that, I called this number off of Craigslist and they was like, come meet me tomorrow. Now, it took a little bit of time to get that building, probably like a good 6 months. But the things that I did to lead up to getting that building, like I always tell a story, I slept in a vacant building for like 8 months, 9 months, just to save the money. So it's not like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, I was trying like, man, how can I get this building fast? I'm just gonna work. I'm gonna shoot some music videos for the low. I'm gonna detail cars.
Yeah.
And me and my little brother actually was doing it, like really doing it. I got the money fast. And I said, yo, I really came up with this money and gave this man this money off of an idea of real sacrifice. I really did it. After I did that, not only did I say, oh, I'm an entrepreneur, like that's what did it for me.
Right.
But I said, as long as I come up with a plan and I just like let go of like all the excuses, like every excuse I could have, then whatever I felt like I can do, like the 10 years thing, I said in 10 years, I know Ayo Boutique gonna be where it's supposed to be at because I'm willing to sacrifice whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Friends, whatever.
I know, that's right. Listen, one thing that we have in common, I'm an entrepreneur, but one thing that our passion or love or something new that you're going into is acting. And that's, I am an actor by heart, a writer, director, producer. I love all of that. My main thing is theater, but taking theater now into film and learning how to write screenplays and so films and things like that as well.
Okay.
How did you go into acting? Where did you find the love saying, you know what, I want to do this acting thing?
I've always I did acting first.
Okay.
When I was in school, I used to be real shy. And my teacher, Miss Poisson, was my English teacher. She put me in theater in 10th grade. So I was a C student. But she put me in acting class, and I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, why would you put me in acting class? Like, I don't even want to talk to nobody. I just want to chill and get my grades.
Yeah.
And we had to play this, so we had partners. And I got co-chairs. This is real. So it's 2 chairs, and we supposed to have a dialogue.
Okay.
And we practiced this dialogue back and forth with me and this girl, and she ain't show up for the actual test.
Okay.
So she was like, Durell, your partner not here. But I knew all her lines. So improv, I was like, all right, cool. So I said my lines like, I'm like, sweetheart, like, I don't understand why you gotta play me like that. And I jumped up and took my shirt and put it underneath like a girl turned around. And I was like, but you don't even know, like, and the class went crazy.
Right.
Me, I would just be, that's who I always have been.
Right.
I just never felt comfortable
Gotcha.
being Durell.
Gotcha.
But the only reason why I did that was because I wasn't failing. Like I was failing a lot of my classes.
Right.
And in my head, I was like, yo, I said, can I still do it some kind of way? Can I? And she was like, just what you want to do? Mm-hmm. And when I did that, she pulled me to the side and was like, so you never like did any acting? And I was like, no, like that's just how I am every day.
Right.
And she said, you should actually really look into it. Me and this one guy, Gregory, was the top of the class. And it was all like, I'm more of an improv because I feel like I'm dyslexic, but I feel like it was like I did more improv because when I gotta memorize too much stuff,
right,
it's an overload. But I gotta learn how to get there if I want to act, and I really want to do acting more than anything.
Yeah. Acting is, to me, again, it's like it's a way that you can always, especially through writing too. It's a way that you can just express everything about you. Mm-hmm. You get to play so many different characters and everything, and be, something that, if you want to be a superhero, I've always thought, oh, I can be a superhero, I can fly and everything. This is my chance now to play this superhero. So, and again, films, like we talked about music, film has changed. In a way that people are filming and things like you'll see a film filmed in one day now. Tyler Perry will film a movie in 1 week and put it out, or 3 days. I've heard him lately, 3 days, and he's put out a movie. Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things that we do have changed. But I always tell people, like you said, we've talked about patience. You gotta have patience about so much stuff because everything isn't microwavable. Mm-hmm. You want quality stuff, and you gotta do it in a quality way. Yep. But you're going in that path, so I see that. I see that. Listen, before we get out of here, I always like a good game.
Okay.
So this is heads up. Okay. So I'm gonna flip a card. I'm gonna put it up to my head, and you got to get me to guess the words. I don't know what's on here, but you got to get me to guess what's on here. Okay. So I'm gonna take a pile. You're gonna take a pile. We'll do like 3 each.
Cool. And it's no talking, right?
Well, you can describe on here so I can guess, but you can't say what the word is.
Okay.
All right? All right, go.
All right.
It's
100.
$100. Okay.
The face of it.
$100 bill?
The person on it.
Lincoln. Abraham. What's his name? Who's on there?
He created
George Washington.
Electricity. He created electricity.
Benjamin Franklin.
Yes.
Okay. Go.
All right. Like this?
Yes. Okay. You just the dollar bill you just said. Uh-huh. What's the dollar bill you just said?
Benjamin Franklin. 100.
No, 100. Plus one more.
101.
And there's they're
Dalmatians.
Yes.
Okay.
The whole thing is
101 Dalmatians.
Yes.
All right. P. Diddy signed this young white kid that sings.
Baby oil. I'm sorry. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay. A lot of people, when they start acting, they go to New York and start on
Broadway.
Yes.
All right. Cool. All right. The 101 Dalmatians, the woman that played the evil.
Yeah. Cruella DeVille.
Yes.
Okay, last one.
All right.
Okay. She sings. And she talk like no, she don't talk like that. How does she talk? I don't know. Next one. I don't know. I don't know how to do that one.
I gotta see what that
was. Leon Dion. Okay, the color. It's I don't know this one either.
I can see that one too.
Okay. Oh, when you do
Jump
this.
rope.
Yes.
Bam. I gotta see these. Breaking Bad. I could have got this a Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
this one, Bluebird, I could have got that.
Yeah, I didn't know that one. Well, listen, thank you so much.
Thank you
for coming by and everything. Where can everybody find your boutique?
We at 2 Bond Street, Westminster, Maryland. You can also find me on ayoboutique.com.
Okay.
And if you just search Ayo Boutique Baltimore, of course it's gonna pull up the one in Baltimore, but it's gonna pull up a lot of my brands all over the world, and it's gonna pull up the website too.
All right. Durell, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
And I'm looking forward for us to, to working together because we have so many different connections. So I really am looking forward for us to do something more than just this today.
I'm getting into acting 2025. That's law. It's a law.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Listen, anybody that's out there that wants to be an entrepreneur, a lot of things that we talked about today, patience and being able to be teachable and everything, go out there and find out what your dreams are. I don't know, it may not just be acting. It may be something you wanted to be a baker. You want to go out and cut grass. Whatever your dream is, go out there, pursue it. Go out there and do it, and don't let anything stop you. But I want to tell you guys, thank you so much once again for watching us here on Talking with 3D Live, one of the best nominated shows here in the DMV. Go out, love somebody intentionally, and don't forget to subscribe to Talking with 3D Live. Click it, love it, share it. Peace. Love you.